Okay, so in addition to our field trip to downtown York for taking a look at different architectural styles and some of the history, one of the assignments you're going to have to do along with that, or at least when you return from it, is you're going to create a Google My Map that shows both the route that you've taken and you're going to have to identify at least 10 different buildings along that walk path. And then that's something that you'll submit as a graded assignment, so that way, one, you're not just out there enjoying the day, but you're also paying attention and learning about different buildings and showing off what you've learned from the day. So many of you have gone to Google Maps before. You've used Google Maps. This is what it looks like. But that's not actually what you'll do to start. Instead, you're going to start in your Google Drive. So make sure you're logged in with your school account. And if you go under the New button, instead of the typical Google Docs, go down to where it says More, and you should see in there Google My Maps. And go ahead and open that up. It's going to bring you to, again, a giant map that's similar to what it looks like on Google Maps, but just looks a little different. And we can start by searching York, PA, and it should zoom in there for us. Over here, just like any other document, you're going to title it. So you can say, you can name it Downtown York City Trip. And then put your name on it too. That way, when I get a whole bunch of these turned in, I know who it belongs to. Hit save. And don't worry about layers just yet. So now that we're actually here, I'm going to just close that out. So we can zoom in a little bit and kind of get into the general vicinity of where we're going to be. So if we look for it, we are going to get dropped off by the bus and again picked back up right in front of Central Market. So right about this area here. So if you want, you can take a look at your different options up here. So there's add a marker, there's draw a line, there's add directions, and take measurements. So we're going to start by adding a marker. And we are going to add that marker right there in front of Central Market House. And you can call this drop off pickup point. You'll notice it's adding over here under what says untitled layer. So if you want, you can rename that and call it maybe points of interest. Or you can come up with another name that you like better if you want. But ultimately that list is a layer, and using that you can add points for each of the individual places that you want to point out. So you can change the colors of the little pins, whatever you want to do. If you want to organize it based on different colors for what it is you're trying to show, you can go ahead and do that. You can create different layers to show different things if you like. Minimally, you're going to have to show 10 different structures. So now that we've figured out how to place a point, the other thing that you're going to be required to do is show the path in which you've gone. So I'm just going to show a simple one, but obviously you may go on a different path than this. So if you click the button next to the add marker, you'll see draw line. And in there we are obviously walking, so you want to pick the walking path. And we can start from our initial point, and it's just a click and release, and then you can just kind of go along to wherever it is you want to go. So notice as I just move, the line follows and it will even sort of make turns. Now if you want it to actually stick, then you want to click. So each time you sort of make a turn, I suggest that you click. So let's say we walked around this way, click there, come up Market Street to Queen, come up Queen to Princess, we'll come back Princess up to Beaver, and down Beaver back to Philadelphia, and then back to our start point. So once you clicked on that same point, it closes the loop for us. It even gives you sort of a direction layer if need be. So ultimately, that's as simple as that can get. Again, this may not be our particular walking path, so you'll generate one based on what's appropriate. Once you've done that, again, I suggest that we go back and we are going to add a few different markers along the way. Okay, so let's go back up here to points of interest. Okay, so we're going back up here to points of interest, and we're going to add some more markers. So let's say that I want to put a marker here for the Martin Library. So yeah, we can already see Martin Library on the map, but the markers add to your point of interest list. Okay, now in the text box though, what I'd like you to do for each of your markers is list several things. One would be the year it was completed or built. Oops. Let me go back in there. The year built. We are also going to put in who it was built by, or the architect. If you can't figure it out, or it's unknown, then that's fine. You can put architect unknown, but really most of the buildings you're going to see are documented, and you definitely will be able to find out the architect for just about any building, unless it's just some random townhouse that you've chosen. All right. So year built, architect. If it has any other names, you can list those as well. And what style or styles of architecture does it represent? So those different items need to be listed for each of the pins that you place. You can also include an image. If you've taken images with your camera along the way, feel free to upload those, or you can pull some directly from the internet if you need to find a better picture of the actual location. But that would be required for each of the individual pins. Okay, and then once you have it done, you can of course do a preview of it, but we're going to go into share. You want to make sure that this has anyone with the link. You want that to be the option. If you choose to embed it on your ePortfolio, then you'll want to switch it to public on the web. Otherwise, the embed code won't exactly work. But otherwise, if you're just giving me the link, that's fine. Anyone with the link is what you want it to be set to. Hit save, and then that's your link, and then that's what you can either submit to me through Schoology or by email.